Hey guys, John here, back with another quick one here for you. I talked about this in the last video about there's all these companies out there that, sort of boring, non-sexy companies where you can get jobs at. Now I want to show you some of those companies. So the first place that we can go, kind of the obvious one, sort of the big one in the industry, is Indeed.com. It's a search engine for jobs. And one of the things that you can do here that you might not be aware of is, along with typing in a keyword, so I'll type in PHP into the what box, you can also type into the where box. Instead of typing your specific location, which you can certainly do, you can also type the word remote. And that will show you jobs that are available for remote work. And so you can add, and right now as I look at this, there's 75 remote work jobs available for PHP. And of course you could do JavaScript if PHP is not your thing, or Node or whatever, but we'll focus sort of on PHP here. But you can take that 75 jobs and add it to whatever your location specific search is. So let's say you do a search for your specific area and you find 30 jobs. Well, you have 30 jobs that you can do in your area. You have 75 that you could do remote. So there's 100 jobs, 100 plus jobs out there that you could do related to PHP that you directly can apply for right now. Of course, I have to give you the obligatory Upwork.com. If you search for jobs in Upwork for PHP jobs, you will find 3,037 jobs. These range from all sorts of different things, from big jobs to small jobs to hourly jobs to one-time project jobs and so forth. And most of these are going to be remote jobs because they're going to be freelance jobs. So again, these are jobs you can go and apply for right now. Just create an account on Upwork, get it approved, and then once it's approved, you can start applying for these jobs. So these are things that you can apply for right now. Another thing you can do that you might not be aware of is you can go into Google and search for PHP jobs or whatever kind of job, and you will see this sort of blue looking thing at the top that is generated by Google. And you'll see a few jobs listed there, but then below that, you'll see a little link that says 100 plus more jobs or whatever the number is. If you click on that, it sort of takes you to a full job search tool that Google has. And you can start to get really detailed with your searches and so forth on here. And one of the things that you can do inside here is down at the bottom left, there's this little box that says turn on email alerts for the search. If you turn that on, you will actually get emails into your inbox on a regular basis when new jobs are available for whatever that particular search was. That's a really good way to not have to constantly go and look for these things, but instead just have jobs coming to your inbox. So I would suggest doing that if you are looking for a job. Another thing that you can do is up here, you see this little, the top right of a particular job, you will see a little button or icon that says save. So you can save this job and now it'll be listed. Google sort of store that for you, and you can come back and find all the jobs that you saved if you don't have time to apply for them now. So you can go through a bunch of different jobs on here, save the ones that you want, and then come back through them and apply for them over time. And if you apply for one and don't get it, you can go to the next one and the next one, and you just have sort of this constant list of jobs that you can apply for. So Google's another tool that you can use to find PHP jobs. Another one is LinkedIn. If you log into your LinkedIn account, on the top in the menu bar, you will see a link for jobs. You can go there and then you can type in, say, PHP, and in the location it'll say search worldwide. You can type in a specific location, or you can search worldwide, or you can search remote jobs. So go ahead. I accidentally clicked. We'll go ahead and select remote jobs. Okay, I don't know what it's doing here, but you can search these remote jobs, and when the tool works how it's supposed to, what you'll get is you'll get a list of remote jobs again that are available through LinkedIn. You can also create a search alert here as well so that you can get notified of these jobs. Now, this says it's showing 95,593. I did this before with the remote jobs. There we get the remote to work. And so remote jobs for PHP on LinkedIn is 313. So, again, that's not tens of thousands, but 313 jobs that you can go and apply for right now. PHP developer jobs remote jobs. So it doesn't matter where you live, any of that. You can go, there may be different countries, there may be rules with that sort of thing or limitations on there, but I would say for most of these jobs, no matter where you are, you're probably going to be able to apply for these. So again, the bunch of jobs that you can go apply for. Another one is Stack Overflow. So this one is, you don't have the remote thing that you can do on some of these other ones, but you can still search for PHP. You can search by your location, and again, you can create an alert. And if you're trying to find a PHP job, I highly recommend setting up these alerts so you just have them coming into your inbox, and if all you got to do is apply. Now it's not a matter of where are the jobs, it's a matter of, am I going to put in the work to apply for these jobs? So you put the onus on you. Now you can't really make an excuse for yourself. You're getting a ton of jobs in your inbox, and it's just a matter of you applying. So Stack Overflow is another one. One you might not know of is actually Facebook Jobs. So if you just go to facebook.jobs, Facebook has a search tool, and when I search for PHP on there right now, there's 437 jobs. Now, these aren't necessarily remote jobs. These are location specific, so you probably have to search by your location. I did try doing the remote thing, and that did not work. So you'll sort of have to pile through that a little bit, but that's another source of a place you can find jobs at. Another one is Glassdoor. So Glassdoor is kind of like a job review type site, and it has a lot of information on it about employers and jobs and industries and so forth, but it also has a job search tool, and you can search for, PHP developer. And here's another place where you can use this remote keyword, and there's an option when you type that in, it'll say remote work from home -US. So if you're in the US, and then you can search on that. And on there's 64 remote PHP jobs that are available right now. And the other thing to keep in mind is this doesn't work like, let's say there's 64 jobs, you applied for one, you got hired, and now there's 63, and that number just stays that way. Right? That's not how this works. Like, these numbers fluctuate all the time. Sometimes there'll be more, sometimes there'll be less. Pretty much anytime I look at any of these, there's a good 50 to 100 remote jobs that are available at any given time. So there's always sort of a number of jobs, PHP jobs, especially remote jobs, that are available. But again, this is a list of jobs that you can apply for right now, no matter where you are. And you can, again, create a job alert up here. Another one is Monster. So if you go to monster.com, they have a search tool. You can type in PHP developer. Right now I see 3,178 jobs that are available for PHP developers. They don't have the remote option again, so this will have to be a location-specific search, but another place that you can search for jobs. You can create a job alert. You can save jobs. And again, 3,178 PHP developer jobs on there right now. Another one is Freelancer.com. So Freelancer.com is a freelancing site like Upwork. And if I search for PHP over there right now, there are 459 jobs found where the pricing is in US dollars. So there's probably more jobs that are available, but that seems like a relevant enough search for me. This is online jobs. Now, one thing I want to caution you with here is you may look at something like this. It says simple PHP script for website, $154 the average bid for this project. And I've made a video in the past where I talked about this, where I sort of made the point, like, you don't want to become too snobby about your money. Because if you think about it, if you did, let's say you got this job and this took you a day to do, because reading through it does seem like a fairly simple thing that could be done in a day. So you work on this for a day, you get it done, you make $150. If you do that every day, you make $4,500 in a month, roughly. Well, that's nothing to sneeze at. That's over $50K a year. That's better than nothing, or that's better than, maybe you're making a little more at some other job, but you absolutely cannot stand it. So again, that's $4,500 a month is not nothing. And this is a pretty low job here. Okay. So this is not much for a PHP project, and you still can make good money with it. So be careful of getting a little bit too sort of snarky about the jobs that you see on here. The last one I'm going to show you here then is one called Laravel Jobs. This is more of a newsletter. And so the way this works is in the bottom right, there's this box where you can sign up for instant notification of new jobs. Now what this is employers pay them essentially to post their job, and then these guys send out these instant notifications, and they sort of market it that there's 100,000 devs via their partner network that they can send these jobs out to. So it's incentivizing the employers to post their jobs here, but you as the person trying to get the job, you can sign up for the notifications of the new jobs. And again, another source where you can have these coming into your inbox. And, you know, there's all sorts of different jobs on here already from all sorts of different places. Seems to be a little bit more location specific, but there are a couple remote ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, there's a decent amount of remote jobs just on this sort of first page of results here. So again, harping on this, jobs, PHP jobs that you, no matter where you're at, you can apply for right now. All those remote jobs that I showed you that I went through in all of these different sites, and then some of them that are location specific will be a little bit fewer. The freelancing sites, there's PHP work out there to be had is ultimately the point. You just got to get out there and search for it and go through the paces and get on these lists and actually do it. And I just think if you give this a good faith effort, you're going to be able to get a PHP job somewhere doing something to get your feet wet. And that's how you can get that initial experience, get that first year or 2 or 3 years as a junior developer. And then you can start applying at some of these other bigger companies, more well-established companies that require that sort of thing. So ultimately, a lot of people like to say there's no PHP work out there, but there certainly is. And I hope that this sort of shows you that, and shows you that there's plenty of PHP work out there to be had. And you'll go out, and if you want to do PHP, want to get a job doing it, you'll get out there and do some of this stuff. Now, of course, as I always mentioned, if you need to get your skills to the point where you can actually do a PHP job, then my PHP curriculum over on Skillshare is a really good way to do that. It's over 20 hours. I actually added it up this time. It's over 20 hours of PHP training from beginner to advanced. MySQL, prepared statements, sessions, cookies, all that stuff is in my beginner's guide to PHP. You have object-oriented programming in PHP, including learning MVC and interfaces and all the stuff that you would want to learn when it comes to object-oriented programming inside of PHP is in there. And then I have these project-based courses. A secure login script is going to teach you a ton about creating a secure logged in area, user registration, user login, password reset, remember me, all that sort of stuff for a full featured sort of members area. If you want to create that, that's in this course. A blogging application, this one's a little bit different, but we use Markdown inside of this one. It's a database free blogging application, so show you how to do that. And then 2 forms courses, one that allows you to also send not only to a MySQL database, but also to email. So all of that in there, along with my HTML courses, my freelancing on Upwork course, my productivity course, WordPress, all that is inside of here. So again, if you need to get your skills to the point where you can apply for one of these jobs, then this is a great way to do that. And the best part is that you can get started for nothing over on Skillshare. As a teacher, I can give you a 2-month free trial. You get access to all my courses plus 21 other thousand courses on the site. You get full access to all of the courses during the trial. So you can take all my courses, take any of the other courses on the site, learn all the skills that you need to learn to be able to get hired, and then do that in that 2 months. And if you want, you can cancel anytime before that 2 months is up, and you won't pay a penny for any of it. So it's a really good way to get the skills you need to get a job without having to pay a bunch of money to do it. So the link for that is johnmorrisonline.com/Skillshare. That's an exclusive link. You know, if you go to the homepage, they give you a 1-month free trial, but if you use that link, you'll get a exclusive 2-month free trial. That'll trigger the trial for you. Just sign up and you'll be all set. So again, johnmorrisonline.com/Skillshare. All right, guys, thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next time.